everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. My name is Peter Loshak. This is Loshak and the Bag Show for Monday afternoon, January 28th. Of course, Jimmy the Bag, of course, very, very sick. We all hope he gets much better very, very quickly, very, very soon. Jimmy the Bag, we love you. If you're watching, which I'm sure you're not, we love you. I'm sure I speak for each and every low bagger. We love you, Jimmy the Bag, and we hope you get better very, very soon. And one of these days, Jimmy the Bag and I are going to finally be doing a show together. Of course, last week I was out, and then I took over on Friday. Jimmy the Bag took off on Friday. He's out today, and hopefully he'll get better very soon. Very soon. All right. On Friday, when I did the show solo, had a very good day, had an excellent day, killed it in college basketball, did well in NBA as well. And overall, it was a very good day. Today, a little bit tricky. We did the morning show. I only gave two official plays, nothing in NHL. We'll go over the NHL again in a second, but I was leaning Winnipeg, and the line has moved a little bit in Winnipeg's favor. So I'm an inch away from taking Winnipeg here, maybe -1, maybe on the first period, something like that. And then the New Jersey-Pittsburgh game, very interesting. Obviously, Pittsburgh, should be the big favorite here. The question is just should they be as massive of a favorite as they are here? Not exactly sure. And Mr. Gokster, crazy MFer from Belleville, regular low bagger, said he liked the under on this game. And I was thinking that the first period under might be worth a play as well. 1.5 at like +140, +150, but no official picks for me in the NHL. In the NBA, I did make one play. In the morning show, I did give the first half under Golden State, Indiana, 117 -105, and a lot of people were agreeing with the under in the Golden State game. In fact, I don't recall anyone in the morning show actually coming out with an opinion saying they liked the over. A lot of opinions coming in saying that they liked the under. Of course, without Oladipo, Indiana's going to have a hard time scoring. I took the first half under, but I said that I was leaning Indiana team total under as well as the full game under as well. And I did notice that the line has moved in Indiana's favor, of course, which is very interesting. It opened at 8, now it's down to a 7. Hold on one second. I'm just give me 1 second here. Check. I'm assuming that someone is out for Golden State, although I didn't check that one. Hold on, but there has been a drop in Indiana's favor, and the total has not moved much. It's still at 228, which is interesting. Hold on 1 second. Let me just pull up the depth charts here. It's frustrating. There we go. So I did take the first period under in the Golden State game. And I'm leaning full game under and also leaning Indiana team total under. Also leaning Knicks team total under. The Knicks, of course, are a team that at times I think is going to have some betting value going forward as a massive underdog, but this might not be the spot. And, they lost at Miami on Sunday. It feels like this is going to be a down spot for the Knicks offensively as well. So I was leaning Knicks team total under. Didn't quite want to take a shot with Charlotte minus the points, but some people in the comment section in the morning suggested that they like that play, just Charlotte -12 or whatever. Brooklyn-Boston is very interesting. Boston, of course, is off a tough loss to Golden State, and I had a lean to the Nets on this one early, first half and or full game. I know that the Nets have a lot of injuries right now, and that Boston is probably going to be a little salty here after the loss to Golden State, although it also probably took something out of them. I was thinking that Brooklyn early might be a play. That was just something I was thinking about. The Denver-Memphis game is obviously very interesting. Memphis is off of a win against vulnerable, the Pacers, but before that, they just couldn't buy a win straight up or ATS, and Denver has been covering, so Denver's an interesting play here. That was the play that King Rail identified as his favorite play of the card in the morning show, and I was also thinking about a shot with the under on that one maybe. And then the Atlanta Clippers game, very interesting. Clippers obviously doing very well, sharing the ball. A lot of guys scoring. They crushed Sacramento on Sunday, but the Hawks have some talent, and I was thinking the Hawks, at least early, if not the full game, might be worth a play, getting a bunch of points. So those are my plays. The plays and leans. Indiana first half under was a play officially. Leaning Knicks team total under. Leaning Indiana team total under, and leaning full game under, I guess, in Golden State, Indiana as well, and leaning Brooklyn and Atlanta first quarter or first half or both. And then, of course, in college basketball, I did decide to go with Duke first half -8. It's just a super obvious play. Might have been a mistake, but of course, Notre Dame is looking like they just can't hang with the elite teams of college basketball. They just got blown out by Virginia. And Duke presumably will be able to pull away at some point in the first half, although the closer we get to a tip-off, I'm starting to feel like that was a huge trap there. Duke and Notre Dame. And then, the Baylor, Oklahoma, and TCU games both involve underdogs that look kind of tempting. There were strong arguments on both sides in the morning show in the Baylor-Oklahoma game. people such as Kobe Valentine liking Baylor, as you would expect. But a lot of people also, a few more than I expected, actually, indicating that they liked Oklahoma. Oklahoma, should have a strong home court edge here, but Baylor has length and should have some edge defensively here. Should have an edge defensively here against Oklahoma. Feels like a game that's going to go down to the wire. We are going to be joined later on at 6:00 Eastern time with Drew Martin, old friend of SBR, and he's going to talk about college basketball games that are on tap today, as well as give a quick look ahead to the Tuesday college basketball games. And that's pretty much what the show is going to be. Then, of course, tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern time, we'll do this all over again. NHL and NBA in the morning, and then in the afternoon, Maxwell Smart joining us via video to cover a huge chunk of the college basketball card tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And so it should be a good week of shows. Let's get to the comments section right now. And I'll think about which of these leans that I got I might want to convert to an official play. Which of these leans that I got might want to convert to an official play? People are already Eric Nisbet talking about the Pats -2.5. I'm still not sure. If you gave me a play right now, my automatic opinion would be to take the Rams, to take the dog. But I'm going to look into that a little bit closer to kick off, get some more in-depth, insightful information, and make my final Super Bowl play closer to the weekend. All right, let's see what we got here. Shout out to Angel Romero, who gave 2 soccer plays in the morning show. I told everyone watching, first-time viewers, I said, this guy Angel Romero gives out winners a lot more. What's going on? What's going on? Everything's cool, right? No? All right, Rafa's everything's cool. I'm doing a good job, right? All right, Rafa coming in and checking whether to see whether the monitor's on for when Drew Martin comes in later on. Yeah, Angel Romero gave 2 plays today, including one plus 140 dog. Both of them cashed. Regular viewers of the show know all about Angel Romero. First-time viewers, now you know. Tail this guy's plays in soccer when he posts them in the comments section. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? Other comments coming in. Shout out to Mr. Gokster. I'm just going to check any comments that have been posted as far as possible betting value is concerned. Yeah, and in the college basketball game earlier today, obviously it went into overtime. It was very close. It went down to the wire. That's what I said. These two teams, Northern Arizona and Southern Utah, tend to play very tight games, very close games, and it was a pass for me because, the game wound up going into overtime. It was a close to pick 'em spread and could have easily gone either which way. So my lean on that one was to Northern Arizona, which I said, but I held off it, and even though it cashed, I'm glad that I did. That was probably the right thing to do. And the people who like the under had a bad beat on that one. I said I was leaning under as well. But again, I'm glad I didn't take that one also. All right, so let's see. What else do we have here? Let's see. Here we go. Maxwell Smart is in the house. Shout out to you, Maxwell Smart. Maxwell Smart, of course, is going to be joining us live tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. But Maxwell Smart, if you wouldn't mind being a dear and hanging around this show until we start talking college basketball at 6 o'clock Eastern time with Drew Martin. I'm sure that a lot of the plays that in the minor league that is going on today, the MEAC, you will have some opinions on. I was thinking about Coppin State. Wait, let me just find. They're not shown on the main screen of college basketball at SBR. Hold on one second. Let me just find it. Yeah, Maxwell Smart. I was thinking about Coppin State as a home dog. The line has moved against them. Coppin State is one of these teams with a terrible straight-up record that has played a lot more competitively in conference play recently. Coppin State catching 3.5 against Bethune-Cookman. The line has moved against them, but that's what I was thinking about. That's the one that jumped out at me. Obviously, the Howard line against Maryland Eastern Shore. Howard blew Maryland Eastern Shore out the first time they met this year. No reason to expect anything different here, or maybe there is. Maxwell Smart can answer that, of course, a lot better than I can. But I was thinking about Coppin State here. Tell me what you think about that, Maxwell Smart. Coppin State. Think that's a bad play, or you think that's an okay play? We will be covering college basketball at 6 o'clock Eastern time in about 20 minutes. Let me just scan for comments here that can shed light on handicapping edges, and then we'll get into a review of NBA and NHL. So let's see. What else do we have here? Cash Action Bets likes Bethune-Cookman. All right. Not liking Coppin State. I was thinking Coppin State might be the play. But Ray Bugas says, I fade Coppin State every time I can, Pete. I hear you. Sports Majors LLC says, Coppin been playing better, but don't trust them. Yes. I don't trust them. But I'm always on the lookout for those kinds of teams. Bad teams that are just absolute pigs, dogs in before conference play, and then when conference play starts, everyone assumes that they're still a horrible team, which they are, but not quite as horrible as they were before conference play, and they wind up having some betting value. And Coppin State has definitely been playing better. So I don't trust them, but they've definitely been playing better. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Dom Ricci, my book has Rams +3. I took them today. Yeah, I haven't made a bet on the Super Bowl yet. If you gave me a free play right now, and I had to pull the trigger in 5 seconds, I would throw it on the Rams. Angel Romero. Shout out Angel Romero. All right, let me see. I'm just looking for comments here. Hold on. Maxwell Smart says, I'll be here for you and Drew, of course. Maxwell Smart, I don't care how many people are watching right now. I love you. I love you. Maybe homo, no homo, yes homo. I don't even care. I don't even care about homo. Yes, I love you, Maxwell Smart. And everyone else knows why I'm talking about it, because you know college basketball better than any other person I know going right now. All right, let's see. Maxwell Smart, and a wonderful human being as well. All right, let's see. Other comments coming in. Let's see. I'm just looking for handicapping. Nasty Nate, Pats win by 14. Okay, there's a prediction. Of course, if you want to put your money where your mouth is on that one, you can take the Pats by, an alternative spread and get a big underdog line on that one. Nasty Nate says Pats win by 14. Danny Lagnisi already on Pats -1. Wow. Okay. Damn. All right. Pats come up. Cameron Joyce likes the Celtics -10.5. Best bet. Sean Williams also likes Bethune-Cookman. I was thinking about Coppin State here. I might be totally off. That was the one play that jumped out at me as possible contrarian play with some value. Let's see. Cameron Joyce says, we covered tonight. No Kyrie, no issue. The ball gets around to everyone without him. Expect Tatum to go off tonight. Rich Money says, Tyreek Evans is out. Pacers team total 110.5 under. Who else will help him score without Oladipo? Yeah. I agree with you, Rich Money. I think if the Pacers do cover, it's probably because it's a very low-scoring game. Once in a while, Golden State does play those, 94-88 type games. Where did that come from? And we could see that one tonight. In fact, that's my predicted score. Golden State 94, Pacers 88. Unders cash easily. Pacers cover, but the team total under still cashes by a mile. All right, I'm just Eric Nisbet. Kyrie's out. I love the Nets. Cameron Joyce still liking Boston, though. Everyone's talking about the impact of Kyrie Irving being out. Does that make you, Kyrie Irving being out makes people like Boston more or like the Nets more? All right, hold on. I'm just up. Ninja 13 likes Pacers money line. Cash Ashkin bets likes Indiana and the over. That's not good. All right. Let's see other comments coming in, and then we will get into the specific review of the cards. Let's see. Dom Ricci says, what do you think of this total at the Pacers game? I took the under. Might have been a mistake there. King Rail says Pacers get blown out at home. Muhammad Joma likes the Rams in a blowout. Okay. Just looking at comments here. NC Central, people like an NC Central. Yeah, I mean, Savannah State is obviously a dog shit team in general. Plays a high pace, but the line has moved a little bit in Savannah State's favor, which is interesting. Okay, all right. So let's get into NHL. All right. So once again, I have to make these decision here. Do I want to take Winnipeg -1? The line has moved in Winnipeg's favor. I think Winnipeg's the play. Carter Hart is looking pretty impressive. But Winnipeg seems like they should be the play here. And I'm thinking about taking Winnipeg on the first period as well. Sometimes Philly comes out and plays well first period, maybe taking Winnipeg first period and second period, something like that. Man, this is tough. But I will take it. I'll make Winnipeg. It's a lean. If I don't take it and it wins, I'll be frustrated. I'll take Winnipeg -1. Mr. Gogster, I know you're watching right now. Tell me what you think of this and be honest, okay? Be honest, Mr. Gogster. Money line -130 at the Greek, and the puck line for Winnipeg will be +195 at the Greek. So that's -130 and +195. So that's a small Dog line there for Winnipeg. You know, Philly was playing better. They were rolling into the break, and obviously Carter Hart is a good decision. Their carousel in goal has sort of ended now, and Carter Hart is clearly the choice. The guy is expected to do decently going forward, and I can't disagree with that. He's played well at home, you know, so I don't like going against Carter Hart here, but it just feels like coming off a loss to end the first half at a modest line with the market betting them up. Winnipeg is probably the play. So I'm taking Winnipeg -1. Let's see the comments. Are there any don't do it, Pete's, or I kind of agree with that. Let's see what we got here. Any comments on Winnipeg Jets? Oh, there you go. Gate Pass Key says yes, Jets puck line, which is the -1, Pete. Okay. For Pete. Yeah, I'm taking the Jets here. -1. I'm going to take them. Winnipeg, -1. Not going to double up, take them on the first period or anything like that. Nothing crazy. But there it is. It also happens to be Big Ragu's birthday. He hasn't announced it in the comment section, I don't think. But he let me know. It does happen to be Big Ragu's birthday, as well as Sonny Vega. It's Sonny Vega's birthday and Big Ragu's birthday today, January 28th. I got to give him a birthday pick. In the morning show, I can't remember the guy's name. My short-term memory is shot, but I can't remember the guy's name. But it's his 50th birthday. He requested a birthday pick, and I did make the Indiana Golden State first half under 117, the birthday pick there. I might give a second one here, a different one for Big Ragu and Sonny Vega. Last time I gave 2 birthday picks in one day, they both cashed. One was for Tony Soprano, and one was for a LoBagger's Turtle. And I decided to give 2 birthday picks in one day. Very rare occurrence, but they did both cash. I might do that again here. Got to some other comments here. My name's Peter Lojak. You're watching Lojak in the Bag Show, SBR Sports Picks, January 28th. The show is sponsored by Bet Online, having a great promotion that I talked about on Friday. 75% bonus, which I believe can be linked to at the right, Rafa? Can be linked to in the comment section of this show. Yeah, the link is there. 75% bonus. Use the link in the comment section, and you'll get it. Yeah, there's rollovers and all that crap. It's a bonus. It's a nice bonus. Take advantage of it. All right, let's see. Dwayne Reed says birthday pick is TCU money line. Interesting. All right. Let's see. Vegas Gun says happy birthday, Big Ragu. Huge shout out to you, Vegas Gun. I love you in so many ways, Vegas Gun. All right, I'm procrastinating here because I don't know what to do about the friggin' birthday pick. I took Winnipeg -1. If that loses, that's fine, but I don't know if I want to make that a friggin' birthday pick. Big Ragu watching. Thanks, Pete. Winner. God. Birthday pick. It's amazing. Like if Bob Dylan writes a great song, then he's done. That song lasts forever. If I give a birthday pick, the glory of the birthday pick that wins lasts for a day. And the next birthday picks, it doesn't matter. I got to keep doing it over and over and over again. All right. Niall Baird says Jets make sense. Randy Lockhart likes the Jets money line. Christopher Comatini says Gabe said Philly money line. Yeah, I mean, Philly was playing great. They beat some crappy teams, but they still started to turn it around. And as Jimmy the Bag was talking all year long, Philly seemed like on paper they should have been much better all season long. They just had a ton of problems defensively. They didn't have anyone in goal that was reliable. No matter who was in goal, they weren't playing good defense in front of them, and they were just a mess. But that might be turning around for Philly, and we might see Philly be a good bet as an underdog, especially at home in the second half, and it might start tonight. I might be on the wrong side here. We'll see. Might be on the wrong side here. Yep, Gate Pass Key. Philly was improving. And continue here after the break, Philly money line. So Gate Pass Key likes the Philly money line. Yeah, I hear you. Mr. Gokster 99 says, Hart, I'm not as high on, to be honest. He had a bad game Saturday. Mr. Gokster says, I do like the Winnipeg play. Winnipeg has Brossoit going, who has been solid, and I expect that to continue. Okay. I think my birthday pick for Big Ragu, more and more, and Sonny Vega, might be Indiana team total under. Indiana team total under or Knicks team total under. But maybe Indiana team total under might be the way to go. Low blow champ. Yeah, you got to be really careful when the second half starts. A lot of unexpected things can happen, just like at the beginning of the actual season. A lot of times, beginning of the actual season, there's one or two teams that I have a good read on. I know they're going to be worse or better than expected, and the rest, it's just kind of a crapshoot. You want to start riding the wave after a few games, and that can a lot of times be what the start of second halves in the NHL and NBA can be like as well. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, and Ron Crawford likes Philly. Plus 115. All right. Well, I've given Winnipeg -1 as an official play. Big Ragu says, Pete, every day is legendary by you on my book. Thank you. Thank you, Big Ragu. Yes, I've told a lot of people I love them in this show. I'm going to say it to you, Big Ragu. I love you, Big Ragu. Yes, I do. Oh, boy. Oh, okay, so Gate Passkey likes Philly tomorrow against the Rangers. He likes Jets puck line tonight. Okay, all right, good. Now I'm thinking about making it the birthday pick again. What do you know? All right, let's see what we got here. I've spent a hell of a lot of time talking about the Winnipeg game here. And I probably shouldn't have been doing that. All right, and then the Pittsburgh game, I have a strong suspicion that if Jimmy the Bag was sitting next to me, he would have already been on Pittsburgh puck line. He would have taken them at -1.5, plus 120. Now it's down to plus 115, and probably he would have been on the right side. Pittsburgh did not close out the first half well. Of course, they lost 3 of 4. It's just, and Mr. Gokster likes the under. Tempting. I think I'm just going to hold off. On this Pittsburgh game. First period under, very tempting, plus 153 at Bet Online. First period under, 1.5, plus 153. Damn, is that tempting. That is a tempting line right there. Total's gotten bet up, though. 16-point move at Pinnacle. Opened at plus 108. Now it's up to minus 108. So definitely money coming in on the over. I'd be leaning second period over for sure in the Pittsburgh, New Jersey game. Maybe think about taking it even at minus 215. And then the Winnipeg-Philadelphia game. That's tempting to take on the first period under also. It is. That I might take as a play. First period under at plus 150 at Bookmaker. All right, I'll think about that. Mr. Gokster, what do you think? We know Mr. Gokster likes the under in New Jersey, Pittsburgh. I feel like if you take both the first period under in Winnipeg, Philly, and New Jersey, Pittsburgh, at least one of those cashes, and you win half a unit. Each one of them is plus 150 right now. I feel like one of those probably cashes. Slight chance both of them cash. Man, this is tough. All right, I'll think about that in a few minutes. All right, other comments coming in. Mr. Gokster likes the first period over in the Pittsburgh game, I guess. All right. Okay, so let's move to, Bella B likes the over in Jets Flyers. Okay, I'm just going to take the one game that I'm taking. All right, so let's move on to NBA. Once again, the only play that I took in NBA was the first half under in the Golden State Indiana game. 117 I got. Definitely leaning Indiana team total under as well. And that one I got to give. I can't not give that one. If it loses, I'm cool. If it wins, I'll be like, I knew it. That's how I'm feeling right now. Indiana team total under 110.5 minus 108. Look at that. I mean, they could score 111. But is that a 50% proposition? I don't think so. I mean, maybe it is. I'm just saying, I don't think so. What do you think, LoBaggers? What do you think, LoBag comment section? I'm going to make this one an official play. Indiana team total under. 110.5 minus 108. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Got to take it. Indiana team total under 110.5 minus 108. Got to take that one. Also leaning first half under team total for Indiana. Just not totally 100% sure where the scoring is going to come from. Not sure Golden State's going to want to ramp up a big pace here. And that's the way I'm leaning. Also leaning Knicks. Team total under 105.5 minus 108. Let's see. King Rail says, I'm telling you, Pete. And I'm telling you, Pete, comment from King Rail. Let's see what he's got to tell me. Golden State and Denver. Tail or don't. Just trying to put cash in your pockets. Yeah, I was leaning both as well. And I just feel just a little bit safer with the Indiana team total under, because I could see this one being like 94-88 Golden State. But I agree with you. I don't like Indiana here. And Denver over Memphis. I was leaning under on that one as well. No Draymond for Golden State, and that's the answer for why the line has moved a little bit in Indiana's favor. Mohamed Joma says, how the hell is a Pacers team total 110.5? Well, if you got a spread of 7 and you got a total of 228, that's what you're going to get. And that's why a lot of times team totals are my favorite plays in sports betting, because, if you combine a spread that's a little bit off and you combine a total that's a little bit off, you can wind up getting a team total that seems way off, but it has to be what it is. You can't have, a team total is just going to be formulaic based on the spread and total. So if you have a modest edge on a spread and a modest edge on the total, but they both make a little bit of sense, you can wind up with a team total with a play that makes a lot of sense. I think there's a perfect example here. Maybe Indiana does cover. Maybe the game soars way over, but Indiana loses by 40. And in both cases, if Indiana covers and it's a low-scoring game, the team total under could still cash. So I'm liking that one. And I think that might be my birthday pick for Big Red Goo. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but I'm thinking about it. Here we go. Red Girl, Golden State, third quarter and full game under. Red Girl likes the under. I don't know if Rico Money says Indiana's been scoring lately. Golden State scoring on the road. Let me see. Mr. Gogster, I'm telling you the under 6.5 will hit in Devils Pittsburgh. That does feel good. And the first period under might be a good play as well. All right, let's see. Ski Profit, I'm on Golden State and Nuggets too, Pete. Damn. King Rail and Ski Profit, both on Golden State and Denver. All right, let's see what we got. Fred Gialli likes the Golden State line. Nuggets -5. Troy V. Green out for Golden State. Now I like them even more, is what he says. All right. Let me just think here. We got 3 minutes, and then we'll join Drew Martin to talk about college basketball. Yeah, Bella B says, Pete, take the under in the Memphis game. Market agreed with your lean. That's what I was thinking as well. Memphis, Denver under, and the Memphis team total under as well. All right. Ziggy Balls likes the Pacers +8 and Memphis +6. All right, we are there's a little bit of dead air here while I check a few things that I like to check here. Hold on 1 second. Just give me 1 second to check something here. My name is Peter Loshak. You're watching Loshak and the Bag Show. Jimmy the Bag will join us as soon as he recovers, which we hope will be this half hour. And if not then as soon as possible. All right, you know what? Mondays historically have told me just go with my leans. Just take your leans on Mondays. In general, my plays on Mondays have been excellent. And I think I'm just going to throw on a bunch of my leans here. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This might be a loser, but I will take New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period under 1.5. New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period under 1.5, and that's going to be +153 at BetOnline. +153 at BetOnline. If this was +110, no, I wouldn't take it. But at 153, yes, I will take it. New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period under 1.5 +153. Winnipeg, Philadelphia, first period under is tempting as well. Maybe a little bit less tempting, though. Winnipeg can put up points. Philly can as well. I'm going to take the New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period under 1.5 +153. Moving down to the NBA, Golden State and Indiana. Indiana team total under 110.5 already a play. First period under definitely a play. King Rail and Ski Profit both saying take Golden State. Line is moved in Indiana's favor, of course, because Green is out. And I would probably agree with their lean to Golden State, but I'm going to hold off right now because I just don't want to double up. I'm taking the Indiana team total under, which is a half play on Golden State anyway. New York and Charlotte, I'm definitely leaning Knicks team total under. And definitely leaning, I guess I would be leaning Charlotte -12, even though I don't want to pull the trigger on that one. But definitely leaning Knicks team total under. And I will take that one. I'll take that one as well. Knicks, team total under 105.5 minus 108. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Knicks, team total under 105.5 minus 108. That's a lukewarm lean, but since it's Monday and I'm feeling all right, I'll throw it on there. Since it's Monday and I'm feeling all right, I'll throw it on there. Brooklyn and Boston. Kyrie's out. That makes some people like Boston even more with the reduced line. Makes other people like Brooklyn even more with Kyrie out. And I think that Brooklyn is probably a decent play early on. Let me see what these lines are. Let me see what these freaking lines are. Brooklyn plus 5.5 on the first half. And I think I will take that one. Brooklyn, first half, plus 5.5. I can feel the don't do it, Pete's coming in. With Irving out, I actually like it less because other guys will step up. What do you think about this? Low baggers. Brooklyn, first half, first quarter. Brooklyn, first half, first quarter. Smart money likes New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period over. That's not good. King Rail, Ski Profit, and others. What do you think of the Nets early? First half plus 5.5 and first quarter. What do you think? We're going to get to Drew Martin in a second. Hold on one second. Lou Chase Fox likes the Pacers team total over. Rich Money loves the Pacers team total under. Tyreek Evans is out. All right. Does anyone know? Does everyone have an opinion on the Nets early? Yeah, Nets have 4 players, game time decision. Kevin Carter likes Brooklyn over. Cameron Joyce likes the first half spread, not the full game. All right, I'll take Brooklyn here, plus 3.5 minus 110. First quarter plus 3.5 minus 110. I'll take Brooklyn. I'll take it one way. I don't really want to double up. Could take the first half 5.5. Could take first quarter 3.5. I'm going to take first quarter plus 3.5. Brooklyn Nets. Denver Memphis. An interesting game for sure. King Rail has spoken. Denver is his max play. I was leaning under. It's 208 when it opened. Now it's dropped to 206. Best line. I should have taken that then. 208. I'm going to pass on it. And then Atlanta Clippers. Once again, I'm thinking that Atlanta might be a play here, at least early. First half, first quarter. Oy. All right. Yep. Double up likes Nets first quarter only, Pete. All right. Anyone have any opinions on Atlanta? Atlanta and the Clippers. You know what? That's a 10:30 game. If there's something I'm liking, I will just tweet it out. Red Girl likes Denver. King Rail. Denver was his big play of the day until he decided he liked Golden State even more. Wow. Yeah, there you go, Ron Lofton. I like the Hawks to cover or lead at halftime. I was thinking about that as well. I was thinking about Atlanta as well. I'm kind of liking that. Big Ragu's on the Boston minus 10 full game. Yeah, I wouldn't want. Muhammad Joma says, "Don't do it, Pete." I forgot what game he's referring to. Robert Gilmore says, "Celtics roll, Pete." I'm only on the first quarter. Muhammad says, "Boston's dangerous without Kyrie. Celtics smash." Yeah, I'm just going to take him first quarter. Double up says the Hawks are an auto fade. I don't know about that. I like Collins. I like Trae Young. I like Dwayne Dedman. As dogs, you know. Ron Lofton likes the Hawks to cover a lead at halftime. All right. I'm going to think about it. And Troy V says Atlanta Clippers is a pass. All right. That's it for now. All right. So I've added some plays here. Maybe a little bit iffy. Winnipeg Jets minus 1. Indiana team total under. 110.5. I like that one. New Jersey Pittsburgh first period under at plus 153. You know, you could make the argument against it, but you're getting plus 153. Knicks team total under 105.5, and Brooklyn Nets first quarter plus 3.5 minus 110. Only other plays that are leans for me would have been Denver Memphis on the under, even at 206. It opened at 208. Leaning Atlanta first half plus 3.5 or 4, I think. And I guess that is about it. And that's it for NBA review. Now let's go 5 minutes late to our old friend Drew Martin joining us remotely with a brand new, from my perspective, from my experience, a brand new background and good audio. Drew Martin, can you hear me?
I got you, Pete. Can you hear me, man?
Yes, I can hear you. All right, Drew Martin. We're going to be, it's Super Bowl week, and you're joining us down in Costa Rica, right?
I am. I'm excited to get down there. I'm actually flying down Wednesday night, so starting to think about packing my bags, but of course procrastinating and spending more time handicapping college basketball. But Pete, I'm excited to get down there, hang out with you, Jimmy. I hope everything's okay. I know you're taking some time away. Jimmy said you might have had some women issues to deal with. I'm not really sure though.
Yeah, women issues, squirrel issues. Female squirrel issues. I don't want to get too specific here, but there were some issues. But I'm back here. You know what I'm saying? Life waits for no one. You know what I'm saying? The issues of life don't step aside just because you got a massive college basketball card on Wednesday to handicap. You know what I'm saying? If you got female squirrel issues, you got to deal with them. It doesn't matter what games you'd rather be capping at that point in time, right, Drew?
Pete, absolutely, man. You got issues, whether it's squirrels or women, you got your priorities. And when there's a college basketball betting card to be handicapped, it needs to be handicapped. And priority wise, it's up there towards the top. I know for myself, and I'm guessing for you as well. So you just got to prioritize, and hopefully if you were back in the States, the women issue, you left it back in the States. And if it's in Costa Rica, hopefully it's going well for you.
All right. Thanks so much, Drew Martin. I hope this was quality video content that we just provided over the last 15 or 20 seconds. Of course, I'm referring to when I asked Drew Martin whether he's excited to come down for Costa Rica, I am referring to the Super Bowl betcast that we're going to be doing live from Jaco Beach. We did it last year. It was a hell of a lot of fun. You can watch the very brief highlights clip that was put together by the editors here at SBR. That is on Twitter, I believe, as well as our YouTube channel. You can see how much fun we had, how much jokes kicked around. It was a lot of fun, and we're doing it again this year. Drew Martin's going to be there. Some guys from SB Nation are going to be there. Ed Feng is going to be there. Donnie Rightside is going to be there. Jimmy the Bag and I, of course, are going to be there. So many people are going to be there. It's going to be it's not going to be a panel. This counts as a party, right, Drew?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
right.
It's a huge betcast. A lot of people, like you said, the SB Nation guys, Bud Elliott, Bill Connolly, which I know you know Bill Connolly. As far as college football writers, I wouldn't put many above him. I think he's the best writer in my opinion. He does a breakdown of every team. So going to be talking college football, the draft, Super Bowl betcast, which I know you're a big part of, Pete. So I'm excited to get down there. And you bring up the word party. I'm sure Friday night, Saturday night, there'll be some partying, man.
All right, so and we'll get some clips. We'll have our phones out and join us for the betcast Super Bowl Sunday live from Jaco Beach as we did last year. And it was a hell of a lot of fun. All right, Drew Martin, let's talk about college basketball right now. I'll tell you, sometimes these super obvious plays do have value, right? Especially in like in the NFL, a lot of times some of the super obvious public plays do have value. And it would appear that Duke is one of those plays tonight, right? Notre Dame has been terrible ATS. They just are having a hard time hanging with the true elite teams in college basketball. They got blown out by Virginia in their last game. I think Duke will be motivated to get a nice win here. And I took Duke first half -8. Super obvious play, but I'm not going against any reverse line movement. This is not some situation where there's a ton of public action on Duke and Notre Dame dropped from 14 to 12.5 or something like that. The game opened at 14. Now it's up to 14.5 or 15. So I think we can definitely conclude that there is no notable sharp money coming in on Notre Dame as yet, and tip-off's only an hour away. So I don't anticipate that happening. Maybe Duke is a great play here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played this game yet, Pete, but I'm with you. I think Duke's the side if I was going to play it. Just Notre Dame 1-6 in ACC play so far. I guess you can make the argument, Pete, if making a case for the Irish. Their 5 of 9 losses this season have been by 6 points or less. But you also have to keep in mind those losses aren't against the competition level that Duke is. And Duke, with Trey Jones back, top 5 in offensive and defensive efficiency, so a very balanced team. I'm with you. I'm kind of interested in why you would pick the first half and not the full game, though. You just think they're going to go into South Bend and come out guns blazing?
Well, Duke Coach K is friends with the Notre Dame coach. Bray, and we're thinking that he might hand him, not look to blow him out. That was talked about in the morning show. No, that's not really a factor that I consider, but I do feel like this game does have vulnerability to the backdoor cover written all over it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we're coming down and it's the last few minutes and it's an 18-point game or something like that, especially on national TV with Notre Dame at home, I could see a backdoor cover happening very, very easily. And I guess I just feel like the first half is a little safer. No?
Yeah, no, that's a good reason. And we saw this same scenario or a similar scenario. Duke played Pitt, I believe, last week, maybe the week before. Right. And, of course, Coach K was friends with the Pitt coach there. And that was part of my handicap as well. And it came down to the last possession. And sure enough, Pitt wasn't able to get that backdoor cover, although Duke did leave it open. It almost got there. So that situation could happen now. So that makes a lot of sense, Pete.
I used to use the coaches as friends as a factor, but I got burned a bunch of years ago because I would use this. I can't even remember which coach it was, but I tried to figure out who he was friends with, and then I realized he was just a very friendly guy, and he was friends with almost all the coaches, and I realized I was screwing myself there. So now I disregard that as a factor. There are definitely coaching tendencies when it comes to coaches that do go for blowout wins or not. I mean, the classic example of that is Alabama in football, right? They don't go for big blowout wins over teams they could blow out, by 50 points. And the opposite of that in college football is like Urban Meyer, for example, who often does go for blowouts. And in college basketball, that's the same way. I don't really have Coach K in my head as one way or the other, but I definitely feel like Duke is a team that I'm When it's a point in the season where they're looking to make a statement, I have no problem taking them as a favorite in this kind of spot. But when they're not looking to make a statement, I can easily see them being overvalued. And this spot feels like, at this point in the season, national TV against Notre Dame, that they're going to be on their game full on, and I wouldn't want to take Notre Dame here. But I'm still just going to take Duke on the first half. And other people were suggesting that the under might be a play. It opened at 149. It's gotten bet up to 152.5. I know that Notre Dame likes to run and gun, as opposed to some other teams like Syracuse who slow it down. You have any lean on the total here, Drew?
Yeah, especially with a big point spread like this, I would lean towards the under as well. I've seen a couple sharp guys talking about the unders. So that's the way I would look at it. Just kind of Duke runs away and kind of hides, and just longer possessions as the game goes on. You can see that possibly happening tonight. But also from a side perspective, to kind of back your angle on Duke, Duke's also 4-0 their last 4 times against Notre Dame and 4-0 ATS. So when you talk about making the trip, going against Notre Dame on national television, as long as they're motivated, they are the more talented team. So that's the way I would look, Pete, as far as being on the Blue Devils tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about how they like Duke to pull away in the second half. Matt Randall, Duke is my play of the day. Fred Gialli says Duke full game easy. Wow, Fred Gialli likes Duke easy. Corey Jackson likes Duke in the over. Yeah, I was thinking about the Notre Dame team total under, but it was just 69 when I saw it, so I was like, I don't know if I want that one. Let me see. Comments coming in. All right, so now let's talk about, and Jesse Dykstra says, I disagree, Pete. Duke typically pulls away in the second half, but I know. I don't know, man, this is just tough. Rico Money says Duke first half questionable, not full game. Corey Jackson says Duke the whole game is questionable. All right. Okay. Well, I'm on Duke first half, and hopefully that won't be. Oh, there you go, Maxwell Smart. Eileen Coppin State. Yes, Maxwell Smart. What did I say to start the show? Coppin State. I don't suppose you looked at the Coppin State game, Drew Martin, did you? Coppin State against Bethune-Cookman.
I did not, no.
Yes. Well, look at it, because we might have some value here on Coppin State. Coppin State is one of these teams in the MEAC that was absolutely terrible pre-conference play, but they're playing a little bit better recently. Getting some nice results against some of the better teams in the MEAC. They've only won 3 games straight up overall, but I think they're improving as we get closer to February, and I think this might be a sneaky good spot to take Coppin State against Bethune-Cookman, and Maxwell Smart agrees with that lean as well. That was the one play from the MEAC games that jumped out at me. Let's talk about Baylor and Oklahoma. Opinions here were split, Drew Martin. A lot of people said that they liked Baylor. I was liking Baylor, just looking at this because the matchups dictate, if this was played on a neutral court, this would obviously have goes down to the wire written all over it. I know that Oklahoma can have a strong home field advantage. The line has moved slightly in Baylor's favor. I was leaning Baylor here, but some people we respect were saying they liked Oklahoma. What do you think about this one, Drew Martin?
Yeah, I like this game. As far as the three games, on the boarded slate for tonight, this is my strongest play.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it for 1 unit, Pete. And I'm actually involved in the total, not the side. When we talk about Baylor, head coach Scott Drew, we think, stronger defense.
Yes.
However, Pete, as we've gotten into conference play, I tend to look at conference play going against like opponents a lot more heavily than non-conference play. And Baylor is number one in offensive efficiency in the Big 12 since conference play started. Also, combine that with the fact Baylor's number 8 in defensive efficiency, so not as good defensive team as you would have thought, and way better offensive team. And sure enough, that's correlated with a big overrun for the Baylor Bears. 6 of 7 over the total. Also combine that with the Sooners, 3 of their last 4 going over the total. I'm on the over here. We've had a slight move towards the over, Pete, but I still like it, 138.5, 139.
And why wouldn't you like Baylor here? Is there something that I'm not seeing? I know that Oklahoma is great offensively at home statistically, but does this game not have goes down to the wire written all over it? Am I not seeing something?
It's in Norman. Oklahoma's top 40 in terms of pace. So I do think that they're going to kind of control it as far as making this an up tempo game, maybe a little bit more than Baylor would want. Laying the 6. I like the over more. To tell you the truth, I haven't broke it down too much as far as side perspective. I guess you're right. I mean, Oklahoma has struggled against. From the free throw line, that would scare me in this price range, but so is Baylor. So I tend to stay off of teams that shoot less than 70% from the free throw line.
Sure.
Baylor has to this point in the season, so that's the one reason I wouldn't be.
I mean, Oklahoma's been great ATS, and we've seen a slight movement in Baylor's favor. And Baylor obviously has been awesome ATS as well. And I'm just not sure that I quite trust Oklahoma here as this big of a favorite. They did have a couple of duds at home recently, didn't they? Against Kansas State and TCU. Well, the game against TCU wasn't a dud, but it was definitely not an easy ATS win for them, as a lot of their other games this season were. All right, I think I'm going to take.
Yeah, you're right. Baylor's been coming on as well. I don't want to talk you off of it, Pete. I just have bet the over, so I'd be with you on Baylor, but I just haven't bet it yet.
Yep, here you go. Anthony Mastronardi says, I think Baylor is a live dog. All right, while I sit in the roast a little bit about whether I want to make Baylor an official play, Drew Martin, why don't you talk to us about TCU Texas Tech while I scan for comments and decide whether I want to make Baylor an official play?
All right, we got TCU Texas Tech here in the Big 12, guys. With Fisher being out for TCU, they've been banged up a lot this year. Just a team that's really been up and down, but has come back the last 2 games, looked pretty well. Texas Tech, a 250 team in terms of pace, but they don't really turn their opponents over. So both of those in conjunction with each other, sure enough, they've been an under team. They've been an under team pretty much all year long. I would look for it to happen again tonight. Seeing 131, I'm looking towards the under. Haven't pulled the trigger yet, though, Pete. Just as far as Texas Tech TCU goes, I'm looking towards the under, though.
So you're looking toward the under. So let's see. So your best play is the over in Baylor, Oklahoma, right?
Correct. I got 1 unit on Baylor, Oklahoma, over 138.5.
All right, and you know what? I think I am going to put my money where my mouth is for now, and I will make Coppin State an official play here. Let me just find the line. College basketball, clicking there. Hold on one second. Coppin State, yep, plus 3.5, minus 110. Not going to be able to get any 4s, but I will take Coppin State. I can feel the don't do it Pete's coming in. Coppin State plus 3.5, minus 110. I can feel the don't do it Pete's coming in. Plus 3.5. Minus 110. I'm taking it. The money line would be, let's see what the money line would be on this one. Let's see, where are the money lines there? Yeah, I'll just take them plus 3.5. I'm not going to take them at plus 140 or something like that. Could go down to the wire easily. They could lose by 1 or 2 points. I'm taking Coppin State plus 3.5 as an official play, and I'd be leaning Coppin State first half as well. Good BK Capper says, I like Bethune-Cookman. Understandable. Let me see. Other comments coming in. All right, while I look for other comments, Drew Martin, I know you've taken a glance at the Tuesday college basketball card, which we will be covering in depth in the afternoon show tomorrow with Maxwell Smart and a little bit in the morning. What can you tell us about what you've seen from tomorrow's card, if anything?
Yeah, Pete, I mean, this is one thing I've been doing a lot lately is betting the day before's card, the night before. So I just went through actually the last hour. BetOnline has had their sides and totals out for a little while now. And you can take advantage of some of these moves before they happen. So I wrote down 3 games here. One of them I like a lot. I bet it for a full unit, and they'll let you bet it more after that, but they really only have max bets of like 250. But we got 627, 628, Wisconsin, Nebraska. Whiskey, low possession team. They held Northwestern to under 50 points in their last game just on Saturday. Plus, Nebraska kind of fallen apart, Pete, of late. 3-6 in conference play, and they just lost senior forward Copeland to a leg injury, and he was averaging 14 points and almost 6 rebounds a game. So that's a big loss there for Nebraska. I would look to be on Wisconsin on the road in that Big Ten matchup. Got another Big Ten one, and then I guess the best bet for tomorrow, 6-3-3, 6-3-4, Ohio State, Michigan. Ohio State 1-5 in Big Ten play, really fallen apart, against like opponents like we talked about earlier in conference play. I would not look to be on the Buckeyes at all of late. Michigan, fewest transition possessions for their opponents, meaning they always get back on defense. And for Ohio State offensively, they have not been very good. This is a terrible matchup for Ohio State. I know it's a rivalry game, so you don't want to lay too many points, but there's no way I would bet on Ohio State tomorrow. Michigan, defensive-wise, number 2, top 30 in the country. So just a Michigan team I would be looking to bet on tomorrow. And Pete, the game that I really like the most, Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Throw a few stats out at you that I think you're really going to like. I already bet this one. Vandy, 7-game losing streak. Bryce Drew played a zone defense. This is a Vanderbilt team that plays mostly man defense, but against Kentucky last time, they played a zone defense and held Kentucky to 56 points on only 56 possessions. They ended up losing that game, but when you hold Kentucky to 56 points, I bet you, I don't know if he's the smartest guy in the world, but he's a Division I head coach in the SEC. I bet you he's smart enough to play zone again. And as you know, when you're betting college basketball totals, zones can be gold for the under. I already bet the under here at 142 at BetOnline. It's down to like 140 now. It's bouncing around. I doubt this total stays 141, 142 for very long. This one's going to be lower towards tip-off. I recommend jumping on the Kentucky Vanderbilt under sooner rather than later. You don't think Kentucky's going to make adjustments and try to scramble up Vanderbilt's defensive schemes here in light of what happened in the first game? Sure, they're going to try, and they might try with success. But Pete, as you know, the pace-wise, when a team is playing zone, it gets cut. I believe they average over 70 possessions, Vanderbilt, but when they play zone, that was 56 possessions. It's tough to make that up, even if you are an efficient offense like Kentucky is. But they got Higgins at the point guard, so he's been a great on-ball defender as well. So I think Vanderbilt's going to have trouble on offense as well. Yeah, it can lose, absolutely. It's gambling, but I just think there's a lot of value on this under. Okay, so Drew Martin. We're looking at some early plays for tomorrow. Wisconsin, Michigan, and Vanderbilt, Kentucky. Once again, I added on Coppin State, plus 3.5. Some people are laughing at me. It's timing a sustained reversal of form from Coppin State, which might, in retrospect, look like a foolish thing to do. But I'm going to take a shot with it. Plus 3.5. In the NBA, took Brooklyn first quarter. Knicks team total under. New Jersey, Pittsburgh first period under in NHL. Indiana team total under 110.5, and Winnipeg -1. Against Philly here. And I have to make a birthday pick from Big Ragu for Big Ragu. I'm not sure what to do here. I guess the birthday pick will be Indiana team total under 110.5 -108. I guess it's the obvious play, the most the play with the least the least risk as far as things turning out wildly different from what I was expecting. Winnipeg, of course. It's a dog line at -1, but Philly could easily win. New Jersey, Pittsburgh, first period under. I'm just taking that at plus 153. Knicks team total under. I think that's probably a solid play, but I think I like the Indiana team total under a little bit more. Brooklyn first quarter, you can make an easy case against that one. Coppin State, you can make a strong case against that one. So my birthday pick for Big Ragu, Indiana Pacers team total under 110.5 -108. Jeez, I hope that one cashes.
I hope that one cashes. And that's about it for today's show. Drew Martin, you have any final words you'd like to leave us with?
Pete, I'm excited to get down there, hang out with you, man. Hopefully, when I see you, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, we can talk about this Vanderbilt Kentucky ticket that did not get to 140 points.
Yes, we'll see how this all turns out. Let me know. Big Ragu asking Pete, what were the 2 official birthday picks? All right, they are correlated. Big Ragu, the first one was first half under Golden State, Indiana, 117, and the second one for you is Indiana team total under 110.5 minus 108. I mean, that was heavily endorsed by the comment section of LoShag and the Bag Show, as was pretty much all the unders involved in the Golden State game seemed to be endorsed. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? Not exactly sure. But let's see. Larry Savage likes the Clippers money line will cash for sure. Okay. That's going to be a big favorite line there, but okay. DA Sports Picks likes Texas Tech under, Baylor over, and Duke first half. I'm on that one as well. Let me see. Other comments coming in. Lamont Williams liking Baylor. Rich Money says, what about Howard minus 13? Yeah, on paper, that looks like an easy, obvious play. Howard already blew out UMES once. And looks like there's no reason to think that won't happen again here, just at 13. Let's see. Other comments coming in before we wrap it up. Drew, we're just looking at comments here. Nothing really, nothing, not seeing any comments coming in. You know, some people saying they like Bethune-Cookman, not liking my play on Coppin State, but I think that is it. Oh no, Big Ragu, it's tailing my play. All right. You know, I do my best here with whatever resources I got. If I'm in prime form, I use everything I have to make the birthday picks the best they can possibly be. If I'm working, at half strength or quarter strength, then I use all of that to make the birthday picks as good as they can possibly be. Hopefully they'll both cash again. And that is about it. Drew Martin, I guess that'll be it for, this will be the last time I talk to you until we finally meet up in Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, Pete, I got to ask you, Friday night or Saturday night in Hako, or are you going to come out and have a couple cocktails?
You know, I try not to plan more than 12 hours in advance. And who knows what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? That you got to live in the now, Drew Martin. You can't focus on the past. You can't be focused on the future. The future is promised to no man. Yeah, I'll probably do something. That sounds like something that I generally like to do in life, but I don't like to think that far ahead in the future, Drew Martin. But we'll do our best to have fun in Hako, and we'll make some videos. You know, Drew, I've started to make some videos, and they got great responses. I made some videos from the Barclays Center when I watched the Knicks and Nets game live. And, one thing I've definitely noticed, it is totally true. When you're at a game, there's nothing better to give you an edge and insight into live betting than to actually be at a game. You really can sense the vibe. And when I was at that Knicks-Nets game, I could tell that the second half of that game was going to be very low scoring, and the Knicks were going to struggle, and the Nets were going to blow them out. Drew Martin, I've started to make videos and put them on my Twitter page, and maybe I'll make some more videos with you in Hako when you come in this weekend.
Let's do it. And actually, I thank you for bringing that up. I watched your video from the Barclays Center.
It wasn't bad, right?
About the under. Yeah, man, I liked it. Keep that stuff up, man. That was awesome.
All right, I'll try. I'll certainly try. Drew Martin, thanks so much. My name is Peter LoShag. You've been watching the LoShag and the Bag Show. We will be back tomorrow for the Tuesday card at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Thanks so much, everyone. See you then.